All right, you beautiful bastions of freedom, get in here. It is time to go. We are going to go on a safari of freedom. We are going to bypass all the traps and the wares and the BS that the Dems have left for us in the pitfalls of political morass, much like the Viet Cong. We're just going to jump right over all those foot traps. Y'all, this is going to be a really good episode. I feel it. I don't know why. There's no candles going. There's not going to be anything going off like an alarm. I might hit the right buttons. It's going to be a party. And it's going to be amazing as you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Of course, all your comments, chats, and emojis make the world go round because the notification bell seems to be pointless. So just make sure you send this one out. All right, listen, everybody. We're going to talk about some stuff. It's going to be a really good episode. I'm telling you, I pride myself on looking at patterns. I pride myself on looking at macro, seeing things where they're going. Y'all, there's a storm coming. And it's going to be an FAFO backfire on the Dems unlike anything. I mean, I feel it. And I mean, I have to I didn't even mean to leave that up. Well, sorry, I'll hide that. I don't want to, Sorry, Hillary Clinton's not good any time of day. All right, listen, people. I'm going to throw it over here, make sure the audio of the video is good. It looks like a lot of people are tuning in. Must have some notification love going on, which is very weird and odd. All right, let's go. We got comments, chats, emojis. Make the world go round. And you guys know the rules. Once I post it, once I pin it, we are off to the races. It is posted. It is pinned. Let's freaking go. Of course, you guys can follow me on X at Braden LOA. This is going to be an episode I promise you're going to want to send out because it turns out those policies that everyone voted for and is kind of impatient for are actually starting to work. I know, I'm actually going to show you some actual real stuff. That's weird. It's crazy. All right, we're going to start off, per usual, with a little bit of an appetizer. This is Charlemagne the God. He's not a god, not a deity at all, but he is a mere man. But I think he's wrong on this because he says that Jasmine Crockett is actually what the Democrats need because she's the most effective messenger they have. Tell me y'all are screwed without telling me y'all are screwed. Okay, let's keep on going. All right, Charlemagne, take us off. Let's go.
Jasmine Crockett is actually what the Democrats should be leaning into, because she is a phenomenal messenger. And some people just got it. Like some people just have a different anointing on them. You don't know why certain people, cause folks to gravitate towards them. To me, it's more than Jasmine Crockett having that moment with Marjorie Taylor Greene when she was like bad bleach body or whatever it is. Like if you watch her in these congressional meetings, like she's always on message about something. I was watching her yesterday and she was...
See, I told you it was going to warm up the tune. I mean, good God. Jasmine Crockett is the biggest messenger y'all have? I mean, let's put her on the shelf with Stacey Abrams, Beto O'Rourke, and let's get them in the Get Out the Vote movement in Texas. Maybe we can give her $2 billion to the next Democratic president, and then she's going to basically pocket most of it. I mean, that's what Stacey Abrams did, and that's what, what's-his-face, Beto O'Rourke did. I mean, why not, right? The most effective messenger they have? Oh, y'all are screwed. Oh, y'all are screwed. I'm so excited. Guys, as you get in here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I told you that was going to be a fun one. All right, now, we're going to get right into this. We got a nice little break in the middle, and then I'm going to show you what's really happening that no one's going to tell you because I owe it to you guys. Try to bring you all the goodness every day, all day. I'm loving the emojis, the chats, and the comments. Great engagement. Let's get it. This guy knows how to do this, people. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. We're about to have a few clips of J.D. Vance just excoriating the media, and they deserve it because they tried to lay some trap questions for him, and he openly demolishes them. And he does it in a way that Trump doesn't do it. Here, let me do my best impression. Here it is. Trump, you're stupid, you're dumb, no one likes you, and I don't like your shoes. J.D. Vance is like, well, sir, it turns out that you're just inadequately prepared for this conversation. Allow me to illustrate this for you. I mean, it is like, oh, it's so good. All right, here we go. Watch this. This is all about conspiracy theories. It's an attempted gotcha question. The man knows how to do this. Take it, JD. Let's get it.
Bo Gage from the Washington Post. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Same to you.
Unfortunately, I have to ask a bit of an off-topic question from affordability because news wants to intervene. And that is the interviews that White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles gave to Vanity Fair, in which she's quoted as referring to you as, excuse me, and again, not my words, sir, but a conspiracy theorist of a decade, and described your transformation from someone who once opposed President Trump to now his vice president as an act of political expediency. And I'd like to give you the chance to respond to that, sir.
Well, first of all, if Susie, I'll trust what you said. I haven't looked at the article. I of course have heard about it, but conspiracy theorist. Sometimes I am a conspiracy theorist, but I only believe in the conspiracy theories that are true.
Okay. Perfect. Give this man something, a little star on his collar. I don't care. That's how you answer this question. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist, especially when the media makes them up and I just don't believe that crap. This is how you do it. You want to resonate with everybody in the population, everyone watching this video right now? My God, how many conspiracy theorists did they push on us that turned out to be 100% true? I can go down the list, but I'll get in trouble. So I'll let JD Vance do it. That way I can say the vice president do it, and I was just doing a clip that everything is linked in the description box below. Listen to the conspiracy list that he goes off on here, and it just backfires beautifully. Watch this.
And by the way, Susie and I have joked in private and in public about that for a long time. For example, I believed in the crazy conspiracy theory back in 2020 that it was stupid to mask 3-year-olds at the height of the COVID pandemic, that we should actually let them develop some language skills. You know, I believed in this crazy conspiracy theory that the media and the government were covering up the fact that Joe Biden was clearly unable to do the job. And I believed in the conspiracy theory that Joe Biden was trying to throw his political opponents in jail rather than win an argument against his political opponents. So, at least on some of these conspiracy theories, it turns out that a conspiracy theory is just something that was true 6 months before the media admitted it. And that's my understanding.
Yes, please, all of it. Directly in my veins, every frickin' day. You know why? Because it's 100% true. Absolutely true. Every one of you knows it. I know it. JD Vance knows it. The whole frickin' crowd knows it. And the storm that I'm alluding to is twofold. One, it is all about the economic stuff that's about to pop, because I'm telling you, this is very Reagan-esque. I'm getting real Reagan vibes right after Carter. Everything is kind of following that step. More on that coming later. I'm working on an entire exposés on it. But then you've also got JD Vance as the other part of that storm, because this man can take anything that they try to throw at him and turn it around with truth, fact, and delivery. Because every single one of you knows everything that he just said was 100% true. Yeah, if a conspiracy theory, if that's the measure of a conspiracy theory is things that we knew 6 months before the media admitted it, yeah, then I'm guilty. Yes! Good God, we got even more, guys. We're just getting started. All right, emojis, chats, comments, keep them coming, guys. The notifications are still suffering because, God, YouTube doesn't like me. I must be over the target. Listen to this. This is another trap gotcha question. By the way, unrelated. Come here. I need immediately, and stat, get some testosterone and some bass in some of the voices of some reporters somewhere, please God. All right, you heard the first reporter. I think the second one right here is going to be what's passing as the new version of Democrat dude in the media. Anyway, let's just keep going. I'm on a sidetrack. You guys know how I don't like soy boys. All right.
This is Irie Sentner from Politico.
Yep.
President Trump last week gave his economy a grade of A++++. What grade would you give the economy today?
A+++. Look, Here's the simple fact of the matter. Again, you have to understand all of this stuff in context. You have to ask yourself, what has the Trump economy been able to build over the past 10 or 11 months, given what we inherited from the Biden administration?
I'm about to show you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had the worst inflation crisis in 50 years in the United States of America under Joe Biden. We had the worst trade deficit in the history of the United States under Joe Biden. We had debt and deficits, the highest in the history of American peacetime in 250 years. What we have been able to do, higher wages, lower inflation, a massive amount of investment and money coming into the United States of America, that stuff is incredible. And that is something to be proud of. What I will say is that given how bad things got under the Biden administration, we are going to keep on working every single day to make sure that Americans feel the benefits of the Trump economy. I am certain that we've already seen great benefits for the American people, but we got a lot of rebuilding to do over the next 3 years, and the president is committed more than anybody to making sure that we do it.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, back to somebody who can put some bass in their voice. All right, listen, honest to God, seriously, the new version of Democratic male just irritates me. I'm sorry, it just does. Anyway, this is amazing. He's staying on message. He's delivering a blow to the Democrat narrative. He's delivering a blow to the Democrat past and history of what got us into the position that we're in. He delivers fact of what's actually happening, shows where it's moving, shows and sets expectations, puts it into next year's terms, next 3 years, and then at the same time, he does it with class. Guys, this is how you freaking do this. But I'm going to show you all of this in a second. Once JD Vance, I keep showing you the remainder of this where he just continues to backhand the soy boys in the media. I mean, literally, it's phenomenal. I'm going to show all of it to you. From car manufacturers to polling to all of it. All right, let's keep on trucking. We got a mission to accomplish. I got a super chat right over here. The Cypher Man with a $2 super chat says, Harris Crockett versus JD ? For 2028. It is not going to be Harris Crockett. I don't think that's going to be it. I think Crockett's going to get her face stomped in Texas, and they're going to be like, you know what, boo, maybe sit these next few out. Okay, that's what they're going to do. They're going to put her into some sort of get out the vote machine. Anyway, let's keep on going because I got one more thing of JD Vance. Again, I've said and I've done multiple videos for you guys, and thank you so much for 1,000 of you showing up. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. JD Vance has the ability to communicate and connect with people. He just does. His background comes from Ohio, so he comes from a swing state. He's got the ability to talk to different strata in the United States and different socioeconomic levels. He just knows how to do it. It's not something you can really teach and train, just like Trump does. Trump knows how to do it too. Trump has a little bit different of an era than JD Vance does. JD Vance doesn't really have the don't give an F that Donald Trump has. But it's still that underlying kind of vibe, right? This is the affordability thing, and I've been saying they're going to pivot. They are pivoting. You're gonna see a massive amount of pivot towards the affordability thing, and I'm just telling you what's coming because this is important. All right, JD Vance, let's get it. One last one, and then we'll go back to poking the lefties because I got to.
Time to fix things, but the political reality is that
this actually isn't a dude.
Are you worried that affordability is a political liability for your administration and for Republicans?
Look, I'm not worried about the politics because I believe fundamentally in the wisdom of the American people. When we go out there and we tell our story that gasoline and energy got way too high under Joe Biden's administration, but we've lowered the cost of energy, the American people will understand that. The American people know that. When we go out there and talk about the fact that the affordability crisis that happened under Joe Biden's administration made a lot of Americans poorer and working every single day to put money back in their pocket, I think the American people will understand and agree with that. Of course, they're going to be the ones who make the final decision. But I feel very confident that if we keep wages high, we keep energy prices low, we keep on chipping away at the affordability crisis created by Joe Biden's administration, yes, I believe the American people are going to reward us because the American people are smart. They know Rome wasn't built in a day. They know what Joe Biden broke is not going to get fixed in a week. We got to stay with it. We got to keep on working on bringing good jobs and money back into the United States of America. And that it already has paid major dividends for the American people. It's going to pay a lot more in the year to come.
All right. So here's the thing. Make sure someone said I couldn't hear audio. Okay, only one person. Okay, yeah, the audio was working. Here's the thing. And I want to draw a real clear comparison here real quick. And this is why this is such an important thing. And this is why they hate JD Vance so much. Because JD Vance, I just showed you 3 clips of how he did something with a smile and how he basically undercut all the attacks of the media, turned it around into a plus and a benefit for himself in the conversation, brought up the current things they're working on, brought up the past about how it was bad and how we got here, and didn't go down to the level of calling names or insulting. And I'm just going to be really candid and transparent with you. Donald Trump goes down to that level of Street Fighter. JD Vance goes to that level of, I'm just going to make you look dumb. I don't need to be mean. I'm just going to make you look dumb. it's like it's like Trump 2.0, but like I don't even like, but with like I don't know why I just want to say with like moonshine, like Ohio, Appalachia. No, I don't know. I just feel like it's right. It's like a chill version of Donald Trump. That's what it feels like. It's like a I don't know, like I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll come up with something else. You guys can let me know what kind of beverage you think it could be. A nice developed tea, an 18-year-old Jameson. I don't know. Like a fine wine. We'll figure it out. But here's the thing. The man's doing it perfectly right. That is exactly how you do this. Now, continue to deliver results and then do everything that you just said. That's it. All right, super chat right over here. Fred Samuel with a $5 super chat says, JD talks to the voters like people and that they have a few functioning brain cells working. Yes, exactly. If you don't feel condescended to, it's amazing what you can accomplish. I don't know why I clicked that button. Anyway, we've come to the point where I'm going to leave this on screen because this is an amazing part in our little mid-show break. Right before we shift the gears a little bit, I've shown you what is going to happen and all the pivoting that's going to happen and the messaging that you're going to see, which is phenomenal. Keep doing it, please God. Look at this. Federal employment is now at the lowest level since 2014, down by 271,000 jobs since President Trump took office. Huh. Oh, wow. That is quite an inverted hockey stick. That is a quick fall off. That's federal employment. That's the bureaucratic state. And I want to have a serious moment with you guys for a second. I'm going to leave this up because I just like the graph. A lot of the things that Donald Trump was elected on was shrinking the bureaucracy, shrinking the swamp. When the man does something that needs feedback, I'll give feedback. When the man does things that are good, I'll give him accolades and praise. I'm pretty fair with it. Legitimately, shrinking the swamp and destroying the bureaucracy, that's a pretty freaking good start for 11 months in. I'm going to show you gas prices in a second. I'm going to show you the polling, and I'm going to show you how all this works together. But you know what else is even more powerful than what this shows? What I'm about to show you. I'm not even going to set it up because it's that strong. Guys, if you're getting in here right now, enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy what I prepared for you in these tabs of freedom. If you guys are enjoying the show, you're new here, or you've just never seen us before, or you're being hidden behind the notification bell button, which is having an issue, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and remember, as we go forward from this halfway point, chats, emojis, and comments make the world go round. The more you engage with this stream, not only do I get to react it in real time and have fun with you guys, but also it makes the system go, ooh, they must like it. And then they send it out more places to spread the message of that freedom. All right, enough of that. Let's get into this. Okay. One of the things, actually, I'm going to go big real quick to set this up. One of the things that's really massively important about affordability is something that a lot of people don't talk about. Okay, and again, let me hear you in the comments on this one. If you guys agree, disagree, feedback, always open right over there. A lot of the times, people will relate to affordability based on what happens at the end user stage of an economic cycle or a product, right? Cars are too expensive, or groceries are too expensive, or gas is too expensive. All the while, they will not realize that the reason that gas, for example, is even more expensive is because states impose their own taxes on that gas, and therefore it jacks the price of gas up. So they don't talk about the policies, they only talk about gas going higher, okay? That's a good example. Another example is when far-left Biden administration officials put unrealistic expectations on car manufacturers like Ford and say, hey, you have to make a vehicle that is 50 miles per gallon or better on mileage, or you can't make that vehicle. It kind of pushes all the pricing upward, which then affects the end result, equals consequences of elections. Policies make prices go up. That's the way this works. Good policies can make prices relax and find a natural economic equilibrium, and then higher prices can be results of political interference. You're about to watch that exact thing. I got a super chat right here. You guys are amazing. Jeremy Wills, $5 super chat for the smoke alarm battery fund. Listen, I did not have a beeping battery in that smoke alarm and fire alarm. I had a situation where my candle got overzealous and sent out too many chill vibes, and then it literally set the alarm off. We remedied that, and that added to the realism, and that's what I'm going with. All right, here we go. I have got to show you this. This was Donald Trump, and it sets the whole thing up. Watch this.
Today, my administration has taken historic action to lower costs for American consumers, protect American auto jobs, and make buying a car much more affordable for countless American families and also safer. We're officially terminating Joe Biden's ridiculously burdensome, horrible actually, CAFE standards that imposed expensive restrictions and all sorts of problems, gave all sorts of problems to automakers. And we're not only talking about here, we're talking about outside of our country, because nobody could do it. Nobody wanted to do it, and it was ridiculous, very expensive. It put tremendous upward pressure on car prices.
All right, listen. I understand not everything's perfect quite yet. Again, I'm going to say it a lot. It's been 11 months. I mean, to be fair, to be candid, to be fair. Okay. He just said the exact phrase we're about to walk through and see a real world example. It put artificial upward pressure on car prices. How many of you guys in the comments over here know that cars are significantly more expensive now? It's because the government administration before Trump put in mandates which made cars more expensive, forcing them to do things the market didn't want. If you do not believe me, maybe you'll hear from the CEO of Ford who just did this today. Again, elections have consequences. I'm not all about one dude. I'm about the policies and how they affect our people, how they affect our nation, how they affect our bottom line, and how they affect our children. Right? That's the whole point. Look, let me zoom in so no one misses it. Ford has officially announced that it is canceling all of its electric F-150 Lightnings. Ford CEO Jim Farley, wait for it! Instead of plowing billions into the future, knowing these large EVs will never make money, we are pivoting. And before the lefties that seem to find my chat somehow get in here and start saying how much I want to destroy the planet with my carbon-free emissions action, first of all, moment of silence. All right, this is the whole point. You're forcing the market to do something the market doesn't want to do. People don't want to spend twice as much money on something they don't believe in or they don't care about. All right? This is the whole point. Ford is following the market and the money. And if you don't believe me, watch this. This is how free markets work. And this would not be possible if Donald Trump and his administration had not gotten rid of the Biden auto mandates that genuinely jacked prices up. Watch.
Look, the last couple of months have been really clear to us. The EV market shrank to about 5% of the U.S. market, but more importantly, the very high...
I can't help it. Shrunk. It didn't shrink. It shrunk. I'm sorry.
High-end EVs, the $50,000, $70,000, $80,000 vehicles, they just weren't selling. And we had planned a full EV lineup, but we also have hybrids, and we learned a lot about the market. And we think it was the right time to listen to the customers. We evaluated the market, and we made the call. We're following customers to where the market is, not where people thought it was going to be, but where it is today, Phil.
Hold on. Time out. Sarcasm warning all the way up. A business follow the customers? That is bizarre. It would be like... weird. The business followed the customers. Following demand, which is supply and demand, which is economics outside of the Keynesian pressures and Keynesian philosophies of the far left, where you just manufacture all the bull. Yeah, no, it turns out a free market laissez-faire situation actually works. Let's keep on going. I just want to say, follow your customers. I tell you what, let me hear you in the comments over there if you think that makes common sense, because it's been completely devoid in the last 4 or 5 years. But all of a sudden, that's amazing. Okay, let's go.
And that's really better for the company's profitability, better for shareholders, and a lot of new American jobs.
Yeah, but $19.5 billion. That's a big enchilada out there, and I know they're pre-tax charges, but a lot of people will look at this and say, is that the cost of saying, we tried it, the other strategy wasn't working, and so we've got to pivot?
Pivot.
Well, yeah, we really do. The non-cash is the biggest part of it. The cash charges are about $5.5 billion, and the return on that $5.5 billion looks fantastic. These are affordable trucks and vans. They're in the heart of what Ford knows how to do. They'll be hybrid and E-revs, very profitable vehicles. We know these customers really well. We're not guessing. And we have a great EV platform in the UEV that's affordable at $30,000. We think we have the best portfolio of any auto company in the U.S.
Okay, I can't. Guys, follow your customers. We were forced to make $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 trucks that no one wanted to buy because they were too expensive. They have a lineup with electric vehicles and kind of hybrid models that have the benefits of both, and you can get it for $30,000. Y'all, this is the exact consequences of elections. The Biden administration was openly pushing these mandates, which made the car prices go up to $70,000 for electric vehicles that aren't going to sell, when they have an entire slate of vehicles that you can do for $30,000 and make money on it. Shareholders, customers, I mean, my God, why is this difficult? But don't worry. Trump hates you and everyone hates him too. Sorry, I'm going to have an aneurysm, I swear. Okay.
And we now get to focus as a team on bringing all those products to market, and it gives our Model E business, effectively our EV business, a road to profitability, which did not exist a month ago.
So you're looking at that division, that Model E division, being profitable by 2029. And I believe by 2030, yes, you were forecasting that half of your global sales will be either hybrids, yes, EREVs, or pure EVs. It's about 17% yes, now. That's a big ramp up over the next 5 years, right?
Yeah, most of it is hybrid and EREVs. We've been number 3 in the U.S. market on hybrids, but we're number 1 in truck hybrids. We're like 80% market share, Phil, as you know. And now we're going to build up Bronco and our whole lineup of hybrids. Last month our sales were about flat. Our hybrid sales were up 20%.
Okay, I've got enough. I'm not going to give you an economics class. That was the last one I wanted. Hybrid sales are up 20%. You can get one out to the population in the middle class right there in the sweet spot for 30 grand or up, depending on what you want. And you're going to follow the customer. You're going to start making money again. Prices are going to go down and consumption is going to go up. Oh my God. All because this guy signed something that got rid of Biden's bullshit. I mean, y'all, when you mess with the market, this is what happens. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I know everything's not perfect, but good Lord. I mean, that is solid. Solid as hell. Oh, this is kind of fun. Lefties losing their mind everywhere. And if you guys are just now getting here, make sure you send this one out. You share it. You hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Comments, chats, emojis make the world go round. It looks like the boys are getting back together. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are now frenzies again. Elon Musk has begun funding Republicans in 2026 midterms. You know what's funny about that, y'all? Come here. What's funny about that? Let me check where we are on time and then I'll continue. Yep, we're good. What's funny about that whole scenario is the Democrats are broke completely and totally. They're still paying off Kamala Harris and her campaign. $2 billion in a 6-week whirlwind failure that completely, totally lost everything. They're still paying off the existing debts from that campaign. The people aren't becoming donors because of that campaign and because the Democrat Party is a bunch of idiots. Honest to God, there's not a single person in that party that I'm like, there's a chance there, but nope. Then you got, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, they just took out $10 million along with another $15 million just to float payroll in order to get through to the midterm elections. And you're telling me that all of a sudden this is on, it's done, it's gone, it's gone forever. They're never going to win again. Republicans are toast, absolutely toast, completely and totally. Meanwhile, you got Elon Musk going into funding the midterms. The Republicans have $86 million cash on hand. The Democrats have nothing and then going negative with debt. And you're telling me that this is just over? Sign the checks, it's done, our country's... No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. 8 times over. Let's continue. Hold on a second. I've got super chats to get to in one... Well, actually, I'm going to do it now because I love you guys. I saw a bunch come through. I don't want to make you feel skipped. Hold on. Here we go. Marauder for $3792, $2. Make car insurance cheap again. Well, if the car is less expensive, the car insurance will be cheaper. Objectively. Roadrunner, the numbers don't matter. Roadrunner, $5 super chat. Another 5 for batteries. Oh, LMAO, love what you do, brother. Thank you very much, Roadrunner. I feel like I'm never going to live down the battery thing until the next thing goes wrong, like when my audio goes out or my camera shuts down or like, I don't know, power shortage. I don't know, like something will happen. We're so real on this live stream. We're just in it together, guys. Listen, I got my tea here, and it is actually tea, apple spice cinnamon, quite delicious and classy, I'll have you know. And it's a warm variety. And one more super chat from Rebecca Blizzard with a dancing pear thing for $5. Thank you very much, Rebecca. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys make the world go round. All right, let's keep on going. Let's keep on trucking. Oh, man, this is fun. Turns out that Axios, Elon Musk, has begun funding the GOP's House and Senate campaigns for the 2026 midterms. Musk has also indicated he'd give more throughout the 2026 cycle. So I guess that whole Elon and Donald Trump civil war is done, and Democrats can go back to hating Elon again. Elon Musk has begun funding the GOP's House and Senate campaigns for the 2026 midterms, an indication his relationship with President Trump has thawed since their messy breakup earlier this year. This is the most important part by far. There are two pieces to this. I'm going to tell you both of them. One, no America party. Thank God. No third party. Praise everything. Nope. That would just only undercut us. Then the other one, you're actually funding the Republicans. I'm here for it. Musk, who threatened to launch a third party and support challengers to Republican incumbents during a dispute with Trump, is now firmly back in the GOP's camp. The tech billionaire recently cut big checks to help Republicans win congressional races next year and indicated he'd give more through the 2026 cycle. Here's the thing. I know things aren't perfect. I know things are increasingly getting better in certain areas. It's going to take more time to finish all of it. No one's called me. No one's told me. I'm only delivering it, and I've got everything linked in the description box. I'm telling you all the things that I see. But honest to God, I know the alternative, and I need some feedback and improvement a hell of a lot more than I'm going to take like, oh my God, are we actually hammer and sickling this right now? I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments on that little statement. Here we go. Musk's latest donations came after he had dinner last month with Vice President Vance, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. It's weird. I thought they were like... Anyway. Vance, who's close to Musk, helped organize the dinner at the Vice President's residence at the Naval Observatory. Isn't it weird how all these things are so bad and everyone hates everybody, and then all of a sudden they're having dinner with each other and they're funning each other, and magically it just happens? It's almost like you're being lied to. I mean, like, they're going to keep on lying to you. That's why I have a job, to be quite candid. This is what I do. I love doing it, to be honest. Oh, you guys are amazing. 1,790 of you in here right now. Thank each of you so much for both of you guys, or for all being here. All right. Backwater said, I forgot about the battery thing. Well, good. Let's forget about it forever. Until I make jokes about it, then it's okay. All right, let's keep on going. By the way, I told my wife, and she thought that was the hilarious. This part right here, and this is how I'm going to wrap this. I'll save Hillary Clinton for a response video, because that one's just whoa. Apparently we're too white and Christian or something. It's Hillary. All right, here's the thing. Speaker Johnson, opportunistic. I'm going to put him firmly in the opportunistic category. However, it indicates the pivot is happening. J.D. Vance, I just showed you earlier on. Donald Trump is hitting the affordability with the manufacturers, and Ford is starting to do electric vehicle mandates, removed, ramp up everyone's pivoting. Everything's happening. The economy doesn't turn on a dime, and everything's changing. This is what they're going to do towards the healthcare angle, because this is the other thing the Democrats think they have them on. All right, watch this.
Very aggressive legislative. Right out of the gates in January, we're going to continue to work, for example, on healthcare, to continue to bring costs down for the American people, to bring down the cost of living overall. You're going to see an aggressive affordability agenda, and we're going to see continued codification of the president's executive orders. He's up to about 200 of those. Probably about 150 of them are codifiable by Congress, and we're working steadily through that list.
Could you?
You're going to see us delivering for the American people while the effects of that giant piece of legislation that we did on July 4th, got signed on July 4th, comes into implementation. So much more yet to do. And the president.
All right. So I'm going to say something good and I'm going to say something bad. Get ready, y'all. Because like I said, I always keep it 100% real with you guys. One, I love to hear that direction. I love to hear those goals. I love to hear you're thinking about it. I love to hear that you're addressing affordability. I love that you're going to talk about codifying the executive orders from President Trump. Here comes the con. I'll believe it when I see it. You haven't done crap in a year. You did pass a good bill that was, well, you did pass a bill in the One Big Beautiful Bill. Had some good parts, had some bad parts. And I do believe that it will actually stimulate the economy from the no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime. Those things are incredible. But on the other pieces, you better freaking start doing something. Because Donald Trump and the administrative and the executive side of the administration and the executive side of the government are doing a whole lot. Legislative, what you doing? Marjorie Taylor Greene already bounced out, so there's one less little stumbling block you got. So, yeah, I'm going to cautiously be optimistic, reserving my feelings, and I'll monitor it the entire way through. I got a super chat right here. Tara Stewart for $1.99 says the audio volume on clips is always too low. Well, I appreciate the feedback. I try to moderate that. If I go too loud, it'll blow your ears out, and if I go too low, it's harder to hear. So I try to do that. But the problem is it comes through differently on different people's audio, so it's a little hard. So I'm trying to do that. All right. Oh my goodness gracious, we found a lefty. We found a lefty. You hate to see it. They caught one in the wild. Listen, before I get into trouble by reading all of engaging, let me just tell each and one of you, we're here for this fight, people. There's a storm coming, and the entire affordability push that the Democrats have put their entire hopes and dreams on is about to come crashing down. And I just showed you a few great examples from a presentation style, from an actual corporate movement off of executive action style, and then I showed you Elon Musk funding it and the entire band getting back together again. I'm telling you, there's a storm coming. We're going to cover a lot more of it because I can see very, very good things on the future. But listen, we're just going to have to tune in every single night. Walk through this together, about 30, 45 minutes. We have a great time. I love each and every one of you. Just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. My name is Braden. Until then.